afternoon and welcome to the news text on African Free Press Television. I am Momo Basi, bringing you stories in the news this week. Former President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan had on Monday afternoon paid an unexpected visit to the Aso Rock Presidential Villa in Abuja, where he met with President Muhammadu Buhari behind closed doors. The meeting between Dr. Jonathan and President Buhari lasted just 5 minutes and held inside the new banquet hall of the Presidential Villa. The former president was said to have arrived at the State House at exactly 2 p.m. in a black SUV, heading straight for the new banquet hall of the Presidential Villa. At 2:07 p.m., he was seen off the venue of the meeting by President Buhari. The former president, who left the Presidential Villa without talking to journalists, was making his second visit to Mr. Buhari since he handed over power to the latter on May 29th. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has dismissed a fundamental human rights application filed by the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, stating to stop his trial before the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT) in Abuja. Presiding Justice Ibrahim Buba held that his courts did not have the jurisdiction to entertain the application. The Senate President has sued the Attorney General of the Federation, the EFCC, ICPC, the Inspector General of Police, and the Code of Conduct Bureau. Former National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki has accused the State Security Service of violating the law and harassing him when the case against him was already before a court. Mr. Dasuki told newsmen that the State Security Services (SSS) were determined to arrest him without any court warrant or fresh charges. He said the SSS operative arrived at his Abuja residence early on Thursday and told his personal security at the gates that they needed to deliver a letter of invitation for him to report at the SSS office by 11 a.m. the same day. Mr. Dasuki said the SSS operative threatened his personal security, saying they can force themselves into his house, while adding that his current travels started on Tuesday after Justice Adeniyi Ademola of the Federal High Court ordered his passport returned to him to enable him to go abroad for medical treatments. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has declared the former chairman of the Presidential Tax Team on Pension Matters, Abdulrasheed Maina, wanted over fraud allegations regarding the use of funds meant for Nigerian pensioners. Spokesman of the EFCC, Wilson Uwujarin, confirmed to newsmen in Abuja that the anti-graft agency had already secured an arrest warrant against the former pension boss. He said the warrant will enable the commission to arrest Mr. Maina wherever he is in the world. The Shell Petroleum Development Company Limited (SPDC) has rejected in advance a rumored indictment by Amnesty International in the report on the delayed cleanup of Ogoni land in Nigeria, as recommended by United Nations Environmental Programme (UNEP) reports. The Anglo-Dutch oil giant vehemently denied any wrongdoing in the cleanup process, insisting that no cleanup is possible while illegal bunkering and pipeline vandalization remain a regular practice in the area. A Russian Antonov plane crashed on the banks of the White Nile River in South Sudan on Wednesday, killing about 40 people, with some casualties among those on board and several on the ground. The crash occurred in the capital city of Juba when the plane was about 800 meters from Juba International Airport runway. The plane, which was a cargo plane, had 12 people on board. 5 out of the 12 passengers were said to be crew members and of Russian nationality. So far, only 25 bodies have been recovered at the site. There were only 2 survivors from the plane crash, which included a child. Astronomers from the National Space Agency (NASA) has indicated that the world will remain in complete darkness starting on Sunday, November 15, 2015 at 3 a.m. and will end on Monday, November 30, 2015 at 4:15 p.m. According to NASA officials, the November blackout event will be caused by another astronomical event between Venus and Jupiter. Charles Bolden, who was appointed head of NASA by President Obama, issued a 1,000-page document explaining the event to the White House. In a very thrilling and goal-laden contest, Nigeria's Golden Eaglet this morning overpowered Mexico 4-2 to qualify for the final of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup holding in Chile. Nigeria, who are defending champions, will face Mali in the final on Sunday in what will be an all-African affair. Mali is the current defending champions of the African Under-17 Nations Cup, which they won earlier in the year in Niger. That's all in the news this week. For more, you can log on to our website at www.africanfreepress.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook at African Free Press. Once again, I am Momo Basi. Have a great weekend ahead.